world, wherever I've gone. Just the ability to be able to go, okay, I really need to go to a grocery store. I don't know. I'm somewhere that I don't recognize where I am. I'm traveling or something. I need to find some water. I need to find some food. Where do I go? And I have no idea where I am. So then I'll get the feeling, okay, go here. And then I'll go there. Go, now turn right. Okay, now turn left. Now go over there. And I'll just, sometimes it's a thought with a feeling. Sometimes it's just a feeling. And so I'll go, and then all of a sudden I find a store or something that can help me out. So it's really powerful. And one time I was downtown and I kind of got myself in a little loop-de-loop. I didn't really know where I was. and again, I needed to catch a bus right away. And I was like, oh, guys, like, universe, where am I? What do I do? I need to catch this bus. Go. Head in this direction. Go here, go here, go here, go here. I followed that, and sure enough, I find, like, completely no awareness of where a bus is, by the way, a bus stop is. I get led to a bus stop, and a bus that comes within seconds to only like a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes later. And this has happened a lot. Now, again, sometimes you get it mixed up, you know, and that's okay. C'est la vie, it's life. It's okay, don't feel bad. And one time I went to, I was in Kauai, and it was my last day there, and I didn't have any money because there was a mix-up on my credit card, so I didn't have any money. And I decided, I was just like, I couldn't go back to the hotel. I didn't have anywhere that I could go to really hang out. And I was getting really hungry and really thirsty and just fatigued. I was so tired, and it was pretty hot that day. And so I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm starting to feel pretty sick here. I feel my body getting dehydrated. I need to get my electrolytes up. I have, like, I think it was like $3 and change to my name. And it was my last day of this car rental that I had gotten, and I just kept getting the feeling like, okay, drive this way. So I drove that way. Took a left. Okay, now just keep going. Okay, now take a right. And so I took a right. I end up going up this path, and all the way up at the top, I find a lovely waterfall. But it wasn't just a waterfall, and a beautiful rainbow I found, which was lovely. It was just a nice addition to my day. I found a couple who were selling young coconuts off the back of their truck, cutting them open and selling them. And it was just like coconut water, electrolytes, water, hydration. Oh my gosh. Oh, but no, they only have them for $5, and I only have 3. And again, that inner intuitive guidance system said, ask them. Tell them you're thirsty, you don't know what to do, you only have $3, would they be willing to take that? And they're just starting to get packed up. And the lady, I explained it to her, and she's like, let me go talk to my husband and see what I can do. Sure enough, cuts into one. I've got my coconut. They even open it up so that I can eat the meat. I mean, there is so much beauty that comes when we learn to listen and trust that. And sometimes we don't always know the result. Like, there'll be times that, you know, we kind of acknowledge that we're reaping the benefits, and sometimes that we feel, don't go here, or maybe not a good idea to do that, or we really need to go speak with this person. Maybe we never know the result. But what's great is I find it seems like more often than not we kind of get a pretty good idea of I have gotten a pretty good idea that listening into and trusting that instincts, that they help, that they're very helpful. So I want to leave with one more example here. I've got loads of examples. If you want to hear of more, I'd be happy to share. But so the whole trip to Kauai, I've been going through to say a really rough past couple of years would be an understatement of the century. Basically, I had hit this rock bottom place in my life, and everything was just a constant battle. But prior to that, and leading up to where I was, and it was just last fall. This was winter. So, long story short, one thing after another, it was just like bombs going off at all times. And I finally hit this point, since my preteen years, things have just kind of been crazy and rocky a lot of times. And I don't say that for pity, because I am grateful for my life, and they're all lessons that I've had a pleasure of learning, so I'm really grateful for them. But anyway, you kind of get to a point where you, even with that breaking point that I had a couple of years ago, I knew that I still had the strength to pull through if I wanted to. There was that part of me that I just knew that. Well, I finally got to the point of exhaustion and complete fatigue, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, where things had built up enough where I didn't have anything left to give. I had already gone past my breaking point a million times, because I love the saying, Dr. Richard Schultz, he says something to the effect of, our breaking point is always a million miles further and past what we think it is. And I had already been doing that, like getting myself to go past that breaking point over and over and over and over. We're stronger than we know, right? But there does come a point in a time where we're like, okay, I know myself well enough, and I do know now I need a break. So anyway, so I put it out to the universe, and I'm like, I need a break. I don't know what to do. And it was like, you need to take yourself on a little mini vacation. I was like, are you kidding? I have dental work I have to do. I've got this to do. And my logical brain was going nuts. And I mean, totally nuts. It was like, I can't spend that money on anything but I got to take care of myself. I got to get a job, blah, 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 blah. And I kept trying to push myself. And I just kept getting worse. Like, my health was getting worse. Everything was suffering at this point. And it was like, that voice was booming inside of me. It was like, you need to give yourself a break. You need to. If you will trust this and do this, you will be taken care of. And I'd be like, yeah, but what about my teeth? Your teeth will be taken care of. Okay, well, yeah, but what about school? What about a job? You will get a job when you get back. But if you don't do this, you won't have the energy, the ability to function. You've been pushing it too hard for too long because you've needed to, but now it's time to stop and give yourself a break. And it literally came in that clear. And I was like, I could just feel it, you know, sometimes you just get that feeling where you just really know something. Well, I knew it. I knew that this was right, and that I need to do it. So I'm like, well, where do I go? I only have this much to work with on my credit cards. What do I do? And it's not a lot. It's like small amounts. And so I just get this feeling like Hawaii. I'd wanted to go Hawaii all my life. And I may as well be a mermaid. I love the ocean and the tropics, and I always felt drawn there. Always felt totally pulled. So I get the feeling I look at the map of Hawaii, which I'm not familiar with at all, and it was like, look at the islands, and I just feel totally pulled to this one island. Like, I mean, completely drawn to it. So I decided, okay, I'm going to look up that island, see if it's even an island you can travel to, and then go to that one. And sure enough, it was the island of Kauai. And so I decided, it's like, okay, that's where I felt pulled to, okay. Then I kept getting the feeling like, dig. When it comes to finding a place to stay, just keep digging. And I did, and sure enough, someone was renting a private condo for way cheaper than any hotel room, and I mean, just barely above the price of an inexpensive hostel. Like, it was impressive. And I was able to get it for that 7 days for next to nothing. Car rental company, same thing. I was able to find a car rental company to rent for a few days that they had a Christmas deal going on for only $16 a day. And so it was like, bring your own food. You're going to have extra luggage, and it's going to be a wait, but bring your own food, bring your own blender, bring your own stuff. And that's how you'll pay for your food on the trip. And so I did. And so basically everything came down to even the flight, I managed to find like a killer sale on flight. Everything just fell piece by piece, and I just kept listening to and like communicating with that voice within, trusting and following, and it was a beautiful trip. It was healing, and I'm really glad I did it, because I didn't know what the next 6 months would bring, and they've brought a lot of crazy and transition and beautiful things. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for everything that's going on in my life right now. But if I wouldn't have done that trip, I know for a fact now in hindsight that I would have had a pretty tough to impossible time getting through all the craziness that I've now been through. And so I'm really grateful that I listened to that. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask, post in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to answer them. If you want, if you're interested in a specific idea for a video, give me a shout out, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. All right, love you guys. Trust yourselves. Learn to trust yourselves. It's a powerful tool that you can incorporate into this life and help guide you to living the life of your dreams, the life of bliss. And you're always going to have contrast, but it can definitely help you to kind of dodge learning life the complete hard way all the time, right? So it's a beautiful thing. You're amazing. I'll talk to you later. Bye.